Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 7 of Pitch Deck Mastery with SIRE. We have already had some other sessions on Fridays, and this is the first session which we have it on Thursday. In this session, we have Vivek Palav, the CEO of AgriTech for you, and his discussion is in agri-technology. We have two esteemed judges, Raphael Shuchat, then founder of Venture Planning and the adjunct professor in Seneca College and Helix Incubator. And also we have Dr. Naima Shaikh. Her expertise is in agri-technology. Before we start, I give you a quick note about our terms and conditions. We are taking films and photography of these events, and we will publish them in our social media. If you want to publish any photos or videos related to this event in your own social media, that's okay, but please don't forget to tag our organization, SIRE. And also, SIRE is not responsible for the accuracy or correctness of statements and everything's told by the speakers in these events. So have a heads up about the next session. Our next session will be on Thursday, but not next week, on July 31st. So we have I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks break for the next session, and it will be in health tech by Sanjay and two other experts in the related area. I wonder if you could register for the next session from this link, SIRE pdm8.eventbrite.ca. And if you could follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, that would be great. And if you want to have any pitch deck presentation in our next events, so please use this link, sinovate.ca, book pitch. You have time now to take a picture of this page, and then in your free time, please follow us on our social media, book your pitch deck presentation, and register for the next event. Okay. Okay. So before we start, I give you another heads up about our next event on October 19th. If you have been in our previous summit, which was TechnoNet Summit 3 on April 26, we had a pitch deck competition, and we are going to have a similar pitch deck competition with much higher quality of startup pitches. That's why we have started these online sessions, and among the people who are giving their pitches in these online sessions, we will screen them and select the best ones to attend in the competition in Summit 4, which is happening on October 19th. But if you want to be a competitor in that event, please let me know. So we will put you in the list and then make decision and contact you. Okay, thank you everybody for joining us in this session. First of all, I wonder if Raphael has been one of our keynote speakers in TechnoNet Summit 3, and now he's our judge in this session. I asked Raphael to introduce himself first, and then Dr. Naima, please introduce yourself, and then Vivek will start his presentation. After his presentation, the judges will give feedback or comments, and once the feedback given by judges, the other audience have time to ask their questions or add their comments. Thank you very much, and let's start. So,
great. Thank you, Dariush. Much appreciated for having me here tonight. So I'm Raphael Shuchat. I'm an entrepreneur and coach and consultant. I've had over 30 years in corporate sales and marketing, as well as starting, building, and buying and selling companies. I have a business called Venture Planning, where we do startup consulting. We focus mainly on business model design, strategic marketing, go-to-market strategies for startup and existing businesses. I teach entrepreneurship, innovation, and business planning courses at Seneca School of Management and Entrepreneurship and the Engineering School as well. And I coach entrepreneurs through the Helix Incubator. And in my spare time, I try to be outside enjoying nature and getting involved with family and friends. And I hope at the early stage of the summer, you are all doing that as well. So thank you again, Dariush. I look forward to the pitch by Vivek and our conversations.
Thank you very much for your introduction. So Dr. Naima, please go ahead.
Hello, hi, I'm Dr. Naima Shaikh. I am a founder of EQC Kendra and my big business is working in my home country, India. We provide the digital solution, provide mobile apps and web portals, which include services to farmers, agri input industries, every input industries and agri bazaar sectors like mandis, cooperatives, which sells farm produces and agri expert and agri students, and we provide AI using technology, AI technologies, IoT technologies, blockchains, and precision agriculture. And also we collaborate with soil science for soil and now we are going on collaboration with Dunes initiatives, which based on the Nigeria.
Okay, nice.
Thank you. Okay, so Vivek, please go ahead, share your screen and start your presentation, please.
Yep, sure. So good evening, everyone. Let me share my screen. Just let me know once you see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Right, thank you, Darvish. Okay, there is $1 million question. What drives the world forward? It's a business. But business is not just about money. It's all about solving problems, creating value, and marketing real or making real impact. Every business begins with a dream, a vision to build something meaningful, to serve, to grow, and to make a difference. And we have that idea to bring it to the life. AgriTech for you is all about that. AgriTech for You is an AI-based SaaS platform that connects farmers directly with the consumers and businesses, enabling smart farm management through precision agriculture tools. We have a mission to empower farmers with the tools and knowledge they need to achieve their goals and maximize their success. From precision agriculture to advanced crop management, our products are designed to help farmers improve their yields, increase profitability, and build sustainable, thriving businesses. We believe that by harnessing the power of technology, we can build more sustainable future for agriculture and our planet. Please join us in our mission to transform agriculture, empower agriculturists, and build sustainable world for all. We saw like there are a lot of issues that we saw in the Canadian agriculture sector. So those are like aging workforce, skilled labor shortage, difficulties in farm management, low tech adoption of precision agriculture. In fact, the change is not adopted precisely. So we thought of some solutions based on our IT background. So AI powered farm management software we have developed for efficiency and decision making, direct to consumer and B2B marketplace to boost farmers income, precision agriculture tool to optimize yield and sustainability. We have also formalized our e-commerce platform and affordable SaaS model. We have also services like field management, weather management, soil management, labor and grant management, sprouting and notes, and we are also providing our e-commerce platform to the world. We have well qualified team. I would say well qualified. Why? Because okay, it's headed by CEO and a co-founder. That's me. I look after finance and operations. I have a 25 plus years of experience in banking and financial sector. We have Moses Pawar. He's a lawyer and a chartered accountant, and he precisely heads our legal and government affairs and listening. Kirti Sharma is a great lady co-founder. She look after. She's a agriculturist and a horticulturist. She takes care of agriculture operations and sciences. Mayur Patel, he's a BTech and he look after farming technologies. And we have young and dynamic Anirudh Rathi, who takes care of businesses, developments, and sales and support. We have done our calibration with the competitors. We have services which are competitive in nature, and there are few other players in the market who provides these kind of services. We have our business model and a revenue model. As I just said, business, we are driving for the revenue also. We have a SaaS subscription model. Currently, that SaaS platform is on a free basis. We are a new player in the market, so that's the reason we have kept it as free. We have also some dynamics about market commissions. Then e-commerce platform is almost ready and are ready to launch in this particular month. We will have e-commerce margins also. We also has analytics services. We have tie-ups with the various colleges, and we have got dynamic students in our company to work with and do the data analysis services. We also looking forward to have a partnerships and integration fees that can be our revenue model. A go-to strategy market strategy consists of, like, currently we are looking forward to have a concentrated performance in Ontario and Western Canada. We have also placed our co-founders accordingly. My co-founder Moses is in Ottawa to take care of government licensing and things like that, and other co-founders in all across the Canada. We acquire users by digital marketing. We have done a fabulous job. Around 1,800 footsteps are already there in the SaaS platform. Industry partnerships, we have a few partnerships already going on and looking forward to enhance those. Uh, uh, we also, as I said, we have done the free marketing as of now, and looking forward to enhance, improvise that in future. Build two-sided marketplace by onboarding farmers and connecting them to the B2B buyers like restaurants, grocers, and processors. We are also in talking terms with many of them. Drive retention through training, support, and community engagement to create a long-term platform adoption. This is our market go-to strategy. Currently, the five co-founders has an equal share in the business, uh, and we have a strategy to dilute that with a government grants or a angel investors. Uh, we also have a uniqueness in employee stock option pool, which is ESOP, to retain our high value employees. So this is what a strategy that we have thought about. Uh, the strategic partners are Nuvia Tech. These are all our real-time partners who are working with us, and we are working with them, providing them some solutions. Willis College and Sprout Shaw College. They are the like supply. There we have provided trainings, and we are engaging fresh talent in this world, agritech for you, and agriculture related activities. We have also has a strategic institutional memberships with Canada brand, OFA, then Toronto Botanical Gardens, SAP, Ariba, etc. Um, Target the total adjustable market currently all across is 25 billion opportunity, $25 billion opportunity. Out of that, Canada has $400 million market, and Agritech for You is looking forward to get 5 to 10% of the market share in next 3 to 5 years. That will be consist of around 20 to 40 million cat business to be managed. Our financial projections, currently we are on year one Q3. Um, by end of next year Q3, we are trying to achieve the equilibrium, and then looking forward to earn profits from there. This is all our financial projection. There is a quote called that says like agriculture is a profession of hope, and we in a journey of this agritech for you want you to join us. And this is our hope that you will scan this scanner and join us with us in the journey of beautiful world. That is all. That is it from my side. Thank you very much for patience listening, and over to you, Raphael and Naima, for the feedback.
Great. Naima, do you want to start, or would you like me to start?
You will start.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, first of all, Vivek, it looks like a very interesting business. Thank you for that presentation. Great job. Before I was making notes, I was trying furiously to make notes on each slide, and hopefully I've done it justice. Maybe I can just make a couple of quick comments before. What I'd like to do is just sort of make a couple of comments and then go through each slide and just talk about one thing in particular and see if hopefully that adds some value for you. So what I've noticed is that one thing that entrepreneurs have in common across, founders, entrepreneurs that have been in it for quite a while, startup founders, we have one thing that we all do well. And that is we are really good at overcomplicating things. Okay, so one of the things that we want to do with a pitch is we want to try and simplify it as much as possible, so that the idea is you want to be able to get to the next meeting. So in your first pitch, you want to present the problem and solution and go through the major components of the deck, make it really simple so you get that next meeting. So what I'd like to do is just quickly go through, if you could start back on the first slide.
Sure.
And then we can just make some comments on that. Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
do you want to put it up in format? Yeah, great. Perfect. Okay. So one of the first comments I'll make before we even start looking at the individual slides would be that, have you heard of the Guy Kawasaki 10 slide deck? Okay. You're using some of that, and that's a really simple framework that can help elevate your pitch in this type of a round. I'm not exactly sure where you guys are in terms of milestones. We'll get to that when we talk a little bit later. But if I had a better sense of where you were in terms of your milestones, I'd have a better sense as to be able to tell you this deck should include the following things. So for example, if you're pitching to people who are perhaps just going to be able to give you advice, that's one type of deck. For angels, it would be slightly different, and for VCs, it would be different. So some of your content would be good for VCs in an extended deck later on. Some of that stuff needs to be taken out now. So if we start with this first slide, I would say, great first slide, gives a good impression. You have Agritech for You there, and your tagline. What you need is your contact information as the primary contact. That would be it. All my comment would be for your first slide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
And you don't have to be writing all this down, because you're going to get a copy of this, and just that way we can engage a little bit more. If you want to move on to slide 2.
Sure.
Okay, so one of the things you want to do is you want to engage your people. You don't want to give them all this because basically what you were doing here is you were reading. And when you're doing a pitch, you don't want them to read. You want them to focus squarely on you. So I would take this out. And if you want to tell them a little bit of a story of how you got into this or something that brings them in and connects them to your business opportunity, that's what you want to do. If one of your co-founders ran a farm and maybe went bankrupt because they couldn't compete, because they couldn't turn their crops fast enough, or they couldn't compete with, they didn't have the right type of automated harvester or a combine, whatever it happens to be. If you can tell a story that can bring these things together, then you can dispense with all of this on this slide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you can, try and create that connection with your audience.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So the next slide, which was really in terms of the pitch deck format, if you're going to use the Guy Kawasaki, you'd be looking at this slide being the problem statement on one slide and the solution on another. Okay. On the second slide.
Okay.
Right. So let's actually look, because I think this is a critical component of your pitch. And the first one is your problem statement. So, and this is where I would have an issue as an investor, is that I want you to really understand what the problem is and the solution. So the first thing is understanding the problem. Your problem statement says the Canadian agricultural sector is facing critical challenges. That's great that that you have identified that. But the agricultural sector is not your target audience. Your target audience, the people with the pain points, the people that you're selling to, are farmers.
Right.
Okay. So the problem statement really needs to start off and identify the individual pain points that your target market, persona, end user, whatever you want to call them, are experiencing. And you need to make that simple. Right? So be really specific about those pain points. So for example, maybe they have a loss of revenue because they have a low crop yield. Maybe you can help with that, right? Maybe they have limited access to markets. Maybe they're having wastage in their crops because they're too small and they have no access to local markets to sell all that excess. So in other words, they can't sell everything to the market and they're having waste. So whatever those problems are, identify those as your problems.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Because that's who you're selling to. You need to make sure that you, in your next slide, in the solution slide, you're identifying that, right? So that's, who are you solving for? You're solving for farmers. You need to say that. And what size of farms are they, right? Is it small mom and pop farms? Is it urban farms, rural farms? Are they medium size? Or are they corporate farms? Are you providing solutions for the large corporate farms? Not sure. Okay. So slide 3 is really your solution. And what do you talk about here? That's your value proposition. That's your differentiator. So you've talked about a number of things that you do here, which is good. Make sure that what is the bottom line effect? So if I'm an investor looking at this, I want to know that your solution is doing a couple of things. Your solution needs to be, is it saving those farmers money? Right? What is it doing? Yes, you're giving them access to markets, right? You might be helping them with an e-commerce platform, a SaaS model, different types of tools. But what is that? What's the end result for them? Are they increasing, the amount of output, throughput, the amount of turns in their crops? Are they making more, or are they making more money, more profit? What are the real nuts and bolts of this? Try and simplify that just a little bit so they have a better understanding of that. Now, it may be understood that some of the things that you've said here in solutions are the following, but really try and simplify it. When you're talking to investors, don't talk to them like they're 6 years old, but talk to them like they're high school students. Okay, they know a little bit, but they're not experts in your area. Okay.
Got it.
So that's on that slide. Let's go on to the next slide. So perfect. Okay, so technical description. So, after your value proposition slide, your previous slide, which is the solution, on that slide, you're really trying to key in on what that differentiator is, what that unique value proposition differentiator is for you. So here, you could take out the description because people don't need to read that. And you could say a few things about these bullet points, right? Field management, weather management, and so on. Gives them a better sense of what you're doing. What makes you special within these 6 things that you're offering? Is it AI, right? Is it that you have some other value differentiator here? What is it that's going to differentiate you from your competition when you're offering these things?
Okay.
Okay. In other words, what's the secret sauce? Why you? Why now?
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, great. So this is good. In your pitch, you gave a little bit of information about each person. I think it would be valuable just to tie it together with how their functional roles. And look, it looks like a great team, but teams aren't always, a team doesn't have to be perfect. If you're missing someone that may be able, you could go out into the market and find someone that has experience selling into the agricultural market specifically, working that way, you want to talk about that. If one of your people has that, highlight that, right? Because you need a direct line into the industry.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Next slide. I think this might be, okay, competitors. So it's good to have, this. I would say that your competitive analysis should come after your marketing, your go-to-market strategy. Okay, but you can look at that in the framework. And if you don't have that framework, that Kawasaki framework, we can send that to you. Competitors. I would just make this a little bit more visually appealing.
Yeah.
Just highlight your bullets. What this is showing is you are kind of doing from
everything.
Soup to nuts, as we say, right? You're doing all things for all people. You've got a whole lot of offerings, and all your competition are only doing a few things. So, yeah, just make it maybe a little bit more visually appealing in terms of color. That would be helpful. And then tell us, when you're talking about this competition, this is a time when you want to say, this is where we're going to assert our dominance. This is why we have this particular competitive advantage, because maybe it happens to be that what you're doing is offering a suite of services which is saving, in and of itself, is saving people, because they might be using different services right now. They may not talk to each other, right?
Okay.
What's the value add of offering all these things together? So make that point.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Okay. All right. Next one. Okay, this is good. Business and revenue, fine. That's fine in terms of business model. Great, we can move on. You go to market strategy. Okay, so in this one, I think you really need to focus here on and you can, when you do this, it would be best that you take away all this writing and maybe have some bullet points, and then make it graphical. Like whatever you can do throughout the pitch to make it graphical, try and do that. And then when you're pitching, you're the one talking about it, they're focusing on you. Okay.
Right.
One of the things you want to focus on in your go-to-market strategy is about the difficulty in getting to this particular market. We know that agritech is competitive now, it's segmented, and you're dealing with a market which is traditionally very tough to get to. And so you have to tell people, why is it difficult to get to these people? Because farmers don't like outsiders. They don't want people from the city coming and telling them what to do. So what you've done, and I know you've done this in a later slide, is you showed all your strategic relationships. Okay. In your go-to-market strategy, you want to just do a couple of points on strategic relationships and forget about that entire slide of your strategic relationships and just pull a few bullets. We have, we have 3 industry partners. We have we have 3 industry partners, 1 educational partner, 5 institutional partners. Okay. And explain to them the necessity of the sales channel to get into this agricultural sector.
Yeah.
Right? You need to be able to not go and knock on the door of Farmer John, but you need to speak to someone in the community that's going to introduce you into that local market and get that uptake.
Got it, Raphael.
Okay. Because social media and direct digital marketing is not, while you may have people who sign up, trying to actually close those and get traction long term is tough. It's a tough market that way. Okay.
You got
the next one. Okay. This slide for where you are in the process, it's great that you've thought about this, but unless you're talking to VCs at this point, this is something for an extended deck. It should not be in your main deck at all, okay? Because it takes away from the impact of what you're talking about, okay? Because you're nowhere near an exit strategy down there. It's nice you're thinking about that, and that's great if you're talking to VCs and you have someone who may be looking to buy you, like an industry partner, you're thinking that they could buy you down the road, you can talk to them about this. But in this type of a pitch, I would get rid of it.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And just so you know, like when I'm saying these things, just know that I'm a truth teller. A pragmatist. So please don't take any of this personally. I think you've done a great job and it's a great idea, business idea, and it looks like you're creating something amazing. But I want you to hit it out of the park the next time you do this.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
Raphael. Yep.
All right. So the next slide. Again, strategic partners. This is an appendice or something you have an extended deck. Just take the high level points, put them in your go-to-market strategy as how you understand the market. It shows you understand the market and what you're doing to get through the market. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
The next one. Market opportunity. Again, you might want to have this up a little bit earlier, either with your go-to-market strategy, sales and marketing, or up a little bit further in that. I found that I have a lot of questions about the way your TAM, SAM, and SOM are in terms of total dollars. So you may want to just tweak when you're talking about the smart agricultural market. What does that really mean? Okay, because smart agricultural market could be, it could be electronic machinery. It could be farm equipment, right? It could be big combines. It could be a lot of other things. So figure out if there's a way to segment this a little bit so it's more clear.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
okay.
Segmentation. Wow, got it.
Yeah. All right. So we have a better understanding of the market size. And then I think you had projections maybe after that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. Honestly, and I look at this, I don't know what this is in. Is this in thousands? What is this in?
Yes. This is in thousands. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it says that at the bottom. I'm not sure. But make that clear what you're talking about.
This is a real number, $1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. And the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would do in your last slide, let me talk about this slide for a moment. I think this slide can go by the wayside. And the reason is that as an investor, I know what you said about this agriculture as a profession of hope as a quote. It tells you something about your value system and so on. But from an investor's perspective, I'm not investing in hope. I'm investing in metrics and stability and profitability.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you want to use this somewhere else, but for me, it would just be a little off-putting. I would maybe have this, your QR code on the first page with your contact information, and then get rid of this slide. Your last slide should be very simple. You should actually have 2 slides. The second to last slide should be where you are, what are the milestones, where am I going over the next 6 to 12 months? Like, where are we now? What are the milestones? And then
Okay.
your last slide is your ask, because you haven't had an ask here. Joining
Yeah.
you in your journey is one thing, but what do you want? Do you need money? How much money do you need? And then if you're asking for, $100,000 for some marketing, $5 million, what is the number? And then what are you going to use those funds for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's it. I mean, that's what I got from my notes. So I hope that's helpful, and
Yeah.
we'll
Definitely.
just turn it over to Naima for her comments.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Most of the points are they are described by the Raphael, and these are same points by from my feedback. That is, you must use the graphics and numbers.
Okay.
Because this is like a paragraph is not a good impression, because you need to explain it. Only you just write points and you use graphics to, and after then you explain everything, because it's like you reading just a presentation in front of
Hmm.
any class or anything. So my first thing is that, and
Mm.
is your app is ready.
Yes.
So you can also use your photographs.
Okay.
This mainly impacts you on investor. They you use your real photographs or app, and you explain that this is working like that, and this is our users, and you can use this. Though investor are main sure confidence about your ideas, and they see that from their hours. So use this like of also words are less used.
Okay. Correct.
Mainly you explain everything on your own, not
Yeah.
everything right on slides. Because
Okay.
you know about your idea, so you better explain it. Because
Okay.
visualization is main impact on every person minds.
Right.
Mainly they see visualizations. Because no one interested in main interest investor are not interested to read everything and to listen.
Hmm.
Yeah. And in one slide, I think in revenue, there is a SaaS subscription and a marketplace commission. So, what
Right.
the difference between them two?
Okay.
Subscription and marketplace commission.
Yeah, so basically subscription as in our platform, which is www.agritechforyou.com, has a
Yeah,
subscription basis. I mean, we are providing free, but then we have a
yeah,
subscription. Once they take over that, let's say $100 is a subscription fee for an year, and then they
yeah,
can use all the services which are embedded in the platform. That's what we are talking about, and that's our main subscription based revenue model. And you ask about marketplace commissions, right? So marketplace
yes,
commissions where if let's say farmers are there on the SaaS platform, and then we have restaurants or something like retailers or wholesalers are on our platform. They can also use this particular platform and services, and when they are using that, we can generate our commissions by using by
yeah.
taking those, by connecting them with each other. That's what
And,
we're doing.
the subscription also for farmers or any other consumer.
No, mainly subscription is for farmers and
Okay,
storekeepers. Yeah.
okay. And e-commerce margins.
E-commerce margins. E-commerce is basically there's another model apart from our SaaS platform, where we are actually building similar to Amazon, you can say, but
Yes,
it is only for the agriculture-based products. So you can talk about like tractors, from tractors to seeds, we can sell anything on that.
I agree inputs, every agree inputs.
Yes.
Okay.
Even
So,
fertilizers, like
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Pesticide, fertilizers, agri tools, equipments,
Correct.
and irrigation, every agri inputs
Exactly.
included. So
Exactly.
when, yeah, so when you explain your revenue model, then you need to explain differences between these
Okay.
every because these look because they everything look like same.
Okay.
There is no difference because investor know about for whose subscription, for what the marketplace commission, who's your target consumer for that customers.
Correct. Okay. Okay.
E-commerce margins for what? Because there is the they also gets confused. What your difference or same customers or what is the you provide the services under this revenue.
Right, ma'am. Got it.
So
Yeah. Surely,
yeah, so
I'll
you
explain
need
that. Yeah.
so yeah you need to when you explain you need to differentiate it between that
Yeah.
because you provide these services in subscription to these customers and you get revenue and everything you so that's okay.
Sure. Sure, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Valid point. Yeah.
And next slide. Okay. And you sorry previous revenue revenue
Sorry. Okay. Revenue.
revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And analytic services you told that is like some students are working in your companies.
Right.
So how you generate revenue from these types of analytic services and what's kind of data analytics or anything?
Okay. This is under development still, but this is
Yeah.
all about how the weather will impact our production, the yield. That's what
Yeah.
we are trying to build. So currently what we are doing is the data available from the different agencies. We are trying to analyze that with the help of students because these students are data analytic students, and that's what we are trying to build it. But currently it is just in under development. So we definitely have a validity, like whether if the weather changes like this, then possible yield would be this. So that kind of a relativity that we are trying to build.
Yeah. So you told that your students are working with him, but you need to explain how you generate revenue from this.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Because
Mm.
who working with you, how you work, it did not matters. But
Correct.
from these services, how you generate revenues. Investors are mainly interested in this, which type of services and how much and how you generate revenue.
Right.
So you mainly focus on revenue models when you explain revenue models. There's exactly explain which how because
Okay.
when they invest their money, they mainly interest in the revenues and
Correct.
profits.
Yeah.
So they mainly focus on revenues. So
Yeah.
you very careful when you explain and you try your best. Okay, and
Sure.
the other points are already explained by Raphael.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe I no need to give more feedbacks this time from my side. And you
No.
also use more graphics and less
Correct.
words, and also use your photographs and visualizations.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
So
for the feedback. Yeah.
that's good. Okay.
Thanks, Raphael and Naima, for your excellent feedback. So, do you have anything else to add, Raphael, Naima, or that's it?
No, I think in general terms, I think it's very impressive. I think you're doing a lot, which is it actually kind of begs the question a little bit for me. How did you get into this? Was it from something that you saw? Did you see a problem in the market, or you were talking to people who said there was a problem in the market? How did this come about?
Okay, so why did I choose to come to this to agriculture sector? Oh, that's what your basic question maybe.
Yeah. Well, the reason I'm asking it, there's an underlying reason for that. The reason I'm asking is that in a lot of entrepreneurs, what we tend to do is we tend to build a product or a solution in search of a problem. And I know there are some big problems in the industry, but I'm wondering if if you came to this because you saw something and then you validated that problem, how did you validate it? Because you don't talk about the validation at all at the beginning. You talk about the fact that there are some problems in the industry. But I'm more interested in, are the problems validated at the farmer's level?
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are few. Okay, so when we came to Canada, we have seen the farmers are struggling with the upkeeping of their own fields, and they're not able to manage their fields. They are not able to cultivate whatever it is required. These are all primary issues that they face, and when
Yes.
I when I when I discuss with them that what are those services, I mean, where we can help them. So that prompted me that there is opportunity in this particular sector, and with the real time issues with the farmers. And if see if okay, and also like we have observed, like second generation of farmers are not into agriculture. So there is always a gap, and that gap
Mhm.
tricked me that there is something that needs to be bridged between the farmers and even real time. The Canadian government or their policies are everything on the computer. Okay. However, farmers are not well versed with this change in policies, change in grant management, change in how we can see the weather changing, and how that it's
Mhm.
impacting our cultivation, etc. So there is always this particular thing drive me that there is a opportunity where we can build something for them in a particular, even in on the mobile. Now my app is also on the mobile. He can see that, and with the help of mobile he can just see, okay, what would be the weather tomorrow. Obviously now Google is also telling you, but then on a one platform, what needs to be done in this situation, whether it's the right time to repeat saw it or whatever the
Right.
activities. If they can take those proper steps, probably that will help him to manage their main, to manage their other resources,
Mhm.
money, material, whatever it may be. So those, that is something drive that to particular particular solution.
Okay. So you also mentioned, thank you for that. So you also mentioned that there's a gap, an opportunity in the market because there are not that many competitors in this space, sort of from the technical side. There are more in the States. So I'm wondering, from a value proposition perspective, how will you compete against those Americans if they decide to move into the Canadian market? Is anyone doing in the American space what you're doing or what you're proposing to do?
uh, no, currently I do not have any idea about that, but I can definitely, Rafael, it's
Okay.
a good point, and I can get some more info about that.
Well, look, you did a good competitive analysis just in terms of who's offering what, but
Yeah,
you actually stated above that the opportunity was partially because the Americans aren't here. So I'm worried
yeah,
what
yeah,
happens when
absolutely.
they get here. Is your value proposition strong enough, the differentiator? In other words, is that the secret sauce, that special thing that you have that you're doing, is it enough to be a barrier to entry for them?
Hmm.
Right?
Absolutely. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like from an investor's perspective, they're going to wonder how you're doing all these things. How are you going to manage that, as opposed to doing one or two things really, very well, and you're doing a whole bunch of things? Or
Yeah.
are you proposed to have this whole platform that does some A to Z, right? A to Z.
Yeah, exactly. So partnership is something that we are also currently looking forward to, and we are in the market to looking to have that those unique services into our platform. So that is
Great.
also we are doing. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Raphael. If anyone else would like to have contribution, add any comments, please go ahead.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, first of all, thank you for your presentation, and I enjoyed a lot. It seems that is a very, very big project, and what I didn't see in your pitch deck is your traction and the customer actually be involved. When you started, how many actually customers were interested in your solution and waiting for it to be ready?
Right. Sorry, I cannot see your name, but yeah, I got a question. So it's a very valid question, and that is also driving us, to going into deep of this activity. So one is okay. So who currently the inquiries are from the people who are in connect with the actual farmers and to the you can say digital world. Okay, so we are in the digital world and we are bridging that particular gap to go into the I would say material world, or rather I would say soil. Okay, so you're right. I mean, at this level, farmers are you know they have a psychology. It's they do not want to change as it is as quickly as possible, but we are trying to uh, go into the kind of a traction where we will have a opportunity. Like for example, I can give you the example because we are currently working with one of the community here in around Toronto, to go into the you know education mode with the farmers, and let them know that this is how you can use this particular application and services, so that we can have a more and more yield and less and less of expenses. But yes, that's a amazing point that we should include that traction. However, our business is getting launched in this particular month as a official one, because we have not started our paid subscription. It is all free, so that's the reason we are not able to generate a revenue as of now. But yes, I mean, we can use that particular traction graph into our presentation, and I'll take that feedback.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Can I quickly
Yes,
ask
I
a
have
question, please?
Sanjay, you're talking?
Thank you, Doctor. Excellent presentation. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed it. I have a very naive question here for the presenter, Vivek, if I may. And the question is, when you say soil management, are you going to do some soil testing yourself, or is this purely a software-driven business?
No. Yeah, Sanjay. Basically, we are connecting with soil tester laboratories, and from there we can get tested and give them a feedback. So we
So,
ourselves is not doing that. However, we have our co-founder Kirti, who is into soil management. But then currently we are working to have a partnership, and in near future we'll have our own lab for sure. But that's all about on paper.
Sure. Thank you very
Just to
much.
answer. Yeah.
Yihang, you are going to ask something?
Yes, yes. I have a question. So I remember that you mentioned in your early slides, you can use your software to increase the yield for the farmers. I'm wondering how would you do it? Like, can you give me an example? Like, are you going to do a data analysis or something related to the data to increase the yields?
Yes. So okay. So let's take a soil management example. Like if we have a soil management related services, we can test the soil. We can say that these are the elements in the soil are because of the over usage or because of any particular fertilizer has been used excessively, and because of that we have less and less fertility. So these kind of a data driven analysis can be managed via this services, and from there we can give them a proper solution. Of course there is a long way to go because I can say that in back home we have this kind of a services. We have used this. We have our own people out there to give us a guidance and consultancy, basically paid consultancy, so that we can give them a proper solution and reduce wastage, or because even though you have a good seed but you do not have a soil to root that particular seed to get into a good production or a good yield, then it's a waste of money. So we are utilizing those datas to give them a proper kind of a solution, and will give them and probably that will give them a yield. That's what I can say at this moment. Even for the weather management, we have weather, when to sow the seeds, when we should be you. Okay, so if we have a if you call people and there is a weather is not supporting that cultivation, then it's a waste of money. So we should give them a proper intimation that these are the dates. Probably you should not be going for this kind of activity. You can shift the activity earlier or later. Also there is another opportunity where in the market, there is a demand for so and so produce, and if you have the produce, you can sell that at the correct price, correct time, and it will increase the demand, etc. These kind of services would be driven by a data. That's what we have observed, and can be offered to the farmers.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or feedback? There's no more feedback, no comments. Okay, so thank you very much for everyone, and I hope to see you in the session 8 on July 31st, same day, Thursday at 7 p.m. Thank you, Raphael, Naima, for your excellent feedback, and everybody else for joining us. And I wish you all have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
everyone.
Dr. Darius,
Have a
Bye-bye.
good
for
evening.
providing me
Bye.
this opportunity. And
You're welcome.
Thank you.
thanks, Raphael,
Thank you.
Naima, and everyone for the questions and valuable feedback. I would be working on that and making sure that most of them will be implemented in our next pitch deck. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.